Hi, I'm Travis Monroe of Monroe Film and Photo. And in this video, we're going to chat about how to film the first look. Now, the first look, of course, is a really vital part of the wedding day, but it also is really fast. You really don't have an opportunity to redo it to get that authentic feel. So it's really important that you get some of these key setups as well as communicating with your photographers what is going on. The first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you get one of our lav mics over on the groom. Now, the brides, we don't worry about so much miking. It's mainly the groom, and they're going to be close enough that it's going to work out okay. And this also works for miking dads and anyone else. You want to make sure that you get a mic at least on somebody during that first look. So if you can get a lavalier mic on them, just place it up on the corner of their tux. It doesn't really matter about hiding the mic in this scenario. We're not as concerned about it because of how quickly it happens. We just want to be able to quickly get in, pull it on, pull it off. And 99% of photographers, it's not a big deal. Speaking with the photographers, as I mentioned earlier, you want to make sure to communicate with them to make sure that you're not going to get in each other's shots. It's really important during this moment that you let the photographer kind of take control a little bit, but at the same time be firm in what you're wanting as well. Most photographers are going to be shooting with zoom lenses with this, so it's going to be pretty easy to work around each other, but you may occasionally have those photographers that only work with primes and want to work really close to the couples. And in that case, you just really need to communicate about what you're looking for and the expectations, and just do your best working around that. Make sure that you're telling them where your camera is going to be placed and where you're going to be positioned at and what you're looking for. Now, in terms of where our camera placement is going to be, first we want to set up a wide shot. Typically, we're going to have the groom over on one side, whether it's the left or the right, so that we see a full body, so that when they turn around to see their lovely bride, we not only can see the bride in the framing, but we also see them and we can see their reaction. This is kind of our go-to shot if things kind of fall apart, because the other shot that we're going to have is going to be our gimbal shot, getting a nice tight shot of the groom when he has his reaction. So that's where if he does some sort of funny movement or he doesn't turn the way that you were expecting, at least on the wide shot, then we have it established and we can use that reaction, versus with on the tight shot, we're taking a little bit more of a risky shot with this. With the tight shot, you are gonna have it on your gimbal and you're gonna try getting roughly a headshot to down to the lower chest area of the groom. Sometimes what we'll do when the bride is coming in is we'll get a reaction from her and kind of her walking up an approach shot, but we want to try keeping things moving as smoothly as possible too. So you want to be able to get a few shots, but then at the same time, get in position, be focused on the groom. We don't need to worry so much about the bride because that's where the wide shot's going to come in. And really it's about the groom's reaction more than the bride's reaction. The groom, he's going to be more surprised because he's turning around. He's seeing her for the first time. Once they have that first initial reaction, then on your gimbal, you need to bring it out to about a medium wide shot. So a little bit tighter than what we have on the wide shot, but then that's when we want to capture both of them and what's going on, what conversation they're having. We want to keep both in frame so we can kind of see that. And then this is where, you know, kind of go with the ebb and flow. If they start twirling each other and doing different things like that, then that's where you take your creative choice on what you're going to focus on, and hopefully everything's still happening okay in the wide shot. Finally, let's briefly talk about camera settings. For your camera settings, what you're going to want to do is you're going to have your wide shot set at your 4K 24 frames a second, and your gimbal shot should be your main camera, which is going to be set to 60 frames a second. So we can slow down and get that really good reaction of the groom when they turn around, but then also we're still just getting some nice cinematic shots with our wide shot. As far as other settings, you never shoot with auto white balance. You're going to balance your shots on both and make sure that both cameras are matching based off of what you're getting for daylight and everything. I hope you found this video informative as far as how we do first looks, and stay tuned for more videos.